All right, so I'm going to stay in images. Before we move on to video, I want to show you one more thing for those who might want to just move a little bit faster and sort of dive in and get your shots. What you can do is just upload, let's say you got the main shot here, you've got the reverse, and what you can do is say generate 6 panels. Actually, we'll match the one at the top. Let's go with 6. We'll generate 6 panels to tell this story. There you go. So you've got several shots now that you could use to tell the story. So I actually like the one on the bottom right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say upres panel 5 to a shot. See how I got this shot now? So if I want this shot now, I can download that. And now I have multiple angles. So now let's move on over to video and let's get creative with how we want to take these shots and actually bring them to life. So we're going to go to frames to video. And let's just say we want to start off with that exterior shot. So let's start here. And let's just say 2 women in a diner having a conversation. Camera dolly, camera slowly dollies past the window. So now while this renders, I'll take you back to a shot in Gemini, and I'll also show you another sequence. So this was a 6 panel. Now notice it's not perfect, right? But this shot came out really nice. This actually was a much better, to me, much nicer close-up. And this is nice too, but you may have to think about, see how it changed the backgrounds and the sides. So there's some inconsistencies there. But this actually came out really nice. And if you haven't established the background, or if it's not supposed to mimic hers, you can always do some editing there in the photo before you take it into video again. All right, so we've rendered a few shots. Here's an example of the 2 women in a diner having a conversation. We got 4 passes.
He knows we were here tonight. I saw him outside the window.
That's impossible. Nobody followed us.
He knows we were here tonight.
Now you can always tell it to take out that no music when you prompt as well.
It just feels different this time, you know?
Yeah, I know. I think deep down we both knew it was coming, though.
It just feels different this time, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So, and here we had dialogue. So we put in quotes, 2 women in a diner having a conversation, camera slowly dollies to the right, past the window as they're engaging in conversation. The woman on the left says, "Thank you for coming out last night. I was hoping we can finally talk before you leave town."
Thank you for coming out last minute. I was hoping we can finally talk before you leave town.
So that's interesting, her performance.
Thank you for coming out last minute. I was hoping we can finally talk before you leave town.
So it got the dialogue, but you can see it's a little distorted in its render. So I'm gonna do one more pass, and I'm just gonna add some dialogue. So we'll get that shot, and then that'll be our base for our starting shot for the scene. And then we go up here, we have another render. Now we've already given dialogue.
I left the office early. I didn't want to miss another happy hour with girl.
So that's funny how it took in sitcom laughter.
I left the office early. I didn't want to miss another happy hour with girl.
And that's my fault because that's a typo, right? But you get what you can do. So we're going to re-render that shot because now we've decided to start with the reverse angle. But you can still salvage some of this dialogue if you need it. So I'm going to go with frames of video again, and we're going to bring in our friend and bring that reverse angle, and a woman, the left smiles, and her friend, and her friend, and 4. Your shots. It's been a long week. We can celebrate my new promotion. So let's see what we got here.
Are you ready for appetizers and shots? It's been a long week and we can celebrate my new promotion. Are you ready for appetizers and shots? It's been a long week and we can celebrate my new promotion.
So you see it's actually, the camera's moving like a dolly in a sense. It's not necessarily handheld.
Are you ready for appetizers and shots? It's been a long week and we can celebrate my new promotion.
Now that's much better, and this feels a lot more like a handheld camera than that.
Are you ready for appetizers and shots? It's been a long week and we can celebrate my new promotion.
So I'm going to download that. That works. All right, and now let's get the reverse.
Oh my gosh, I am so happy to see you. It's been way too long. I have so much to tell you about what happened last week. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to see you. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're finally here. I have so much to tell you.
So that's good, but it actually added its own dialogue. And if you don't want that, you just want a reaction shot, then you want to make sure you let the prompt and specify that in your prompt. But this actually still works. And I like this shot here. Now, I would have liked to match the handheld vibe.
Oh my God, I'm so happy you're finally here. I have so much to tell you.
But that's pretty cool.
It's been way too long. I have so much to tell you about what happened last week.
This one actually is a little bit more of a...
Oh my gosh, I am so happy to see you. It's been way too long. I have so much to tell you about what...
We don't know what happened there. So we'll go with this one. Just so we can see how they cut together. Let's try another shot. Because you already kind of know what that's doing. Let's go a little bit tighter to start to see how it actually performs. And we're just going to say reaction shot. She listens and smiles. No dialogue. And while we edit, and we'll do one more establishing angle, static shot, pedestrians walk past camera. I'm just going to complicate it a little bit. And see if we can create a transition. And be careful when you're moving a little fast. You don't want to waste credits. Type in the wrong words or dialogue. So a lot of times it's good to read things back because you'll start to catch things that you typically would miss by just reading it when you actually hear it out loud. So low angle static shot, pedestrians walk past the camera. In the foreground. Okay, we got our close-up. That's funny. So extra hand crept up in the scene. Why? Right? So sometimes less can be more. And see, this is actually really usable. But again, it's got music. And sometimes you have to think about the context of what the scene may be thinking about. It's happening because it's in a club, it's already adding music, it's trying to create a whole vibe for you. And that may work, but when you get into post-production or editing, you want to have it as clean as you can so you can be able to keep the shots consistent and be able to control your output. But this is a really nice shot of her. Now, this is a lot different than what I intended in terms of the interaction. But just look at the detail. I mean, that's depending on what you're creating. You know, that could be that's a nice shot.
I know it's been tough lately, but I really think this time it's different. Here.
See, now that was really nice because now you just add a little bit more production value. You've got background, what they call background action. And they call back the second AD, the second assistant director, will call the first AD.
I know it's been tough lately, but I really think this time it's different. Hearing you say that.
Now, I would cut out of this shot before she turns because it looks like a different person when she turns. And then now you got your shot. And let's see what it did with this one. So you see the complexity of that shot, but you could cut around this before they actually start to overlap. So here you go. So this works. I wouldn't stay in this shot that long, but that works. But we're gonna go with this one here. This gets us into the scene. This is our base. And traditionally, if you were going to do storyboards, this would be a similar process that you would take right here with an actual storyboard artist. So this is just these are panels here, and we've asked it to generate these particular panels for us. Now, some of these shots aren't going to be super consistent, so you want to be mindful of that, but it looks like it picked up, the geography of where things might be in the scene, which is pretty cool. So that could really help you. So we have our images to help us move along, and now I'm going to show you some of the shots that we prompted in here. So I'm going to start off with this establishing shot. This is not to eliminate all these jobs. You want to be able to use this for an opportunity to create visuals so you can actually get these projects and get talent and build out your team to create these projects. So then I'm moving into the rest of our boards. So what you'll do is you find the shot you want. We'll download this one, 720p.
Hearing you say that means a lot to me.
And I don't necessarily think you need to upscale to 1080. It can sometimes be a little wonky a little bit. I think you want to just pull it at 720 and then up-res it into a platform like Topaz, which will give you the final up-res quality that you can put it on your settings like 4K or 2K, whatever you need. All right, so now we got those shots. Now we can take that into an assembly. And then we can look back at our boards and we can say, okay, we have we're moving close in this direction.